A case of you. How are you? I like miming along to O Canada for some reason. How are you doing? I'll say hello to some people. It's working, isn't it? It's got to be working. There's Palm Beach. There's streaming in. Mexico City, Canada. Hello, anyway. North Carolina. And I was talking about that as well. James Taylor. So I'll start off with a question from Gunnar, because I wanted to talk about this anyway. Gunnar says Supernature is coming to Vancouver, October the 21st, 2001, and we have front row seats. No dogs allowed. And he asked, how was your warm-up show last night? What did you screw up and no one noticed? Well, it was brilliant. I'm buzzing. I couldn't wait to do it. I'd heard a lot of people doing social distance shows, but they were a bit flat because you have to take out, if it's set seating, you have to take up every other row and then every 2 seats. So it was a third capacity, but it really showed, and they're a bit of a damp squib. But this was one that had a space because they could take the chairs out. So once they sold the tickets, they put the chairs back, socially distanced, and it just looked normal. And it was half capacity, not a third, and it was 600 people in a lovely space, and it was just brilliant. I think there was a lovely vibe that they felt really grateful to be out, with a lot of the world, a lot of the rest of this country on lockdown. They can't even go out, they can't go anywhere. So that I felt that, and me included, I felt really grateful. I felt really normal. It was like I came home, like after I did my first day of work ever. I just felt proud. It was really good. I did all the new bits to make the show work, and they worked well, and the old bits worked well. And so I put another 2 in straight away. I'm going to do next Tuesday and the week after. Tickets go on sale this Friday. It was just fun, And I was mucking around but trying stuff out. It was cheap, 20 quid. They bring the drinks to the table, which is great. I think it was better for the audience than the average gig, where you're sort of stuck there, and then you have to go to the bar in the break, and you have rush to the toilet, and it was great. I can't wait to do it again, and I'm going to do some of these there as well with some chums like me and Sean and Diane Morgan and Joe Wilkinson and Mark Watson, basically the people I had on Deadly Serious. So it's this with a couple of mates answering bollocks questions like this and having a chat. And again, keep that cheap, just 20 quid for an hour and a half. And we're doing that on a Sunday afternoon because I think you can. That doesn't need to be an evening thing. That's that. Marta says, you always make people laugh. Well, I try. What makes Ricky Gervais laugh? What makes you laugh? A situation, some people, some jokes. And opposite, what makes you cry? Thank you. What makes me laugh? I mean, lots of stuff, really. People, situations, jokes, all those things. What do I like? I like everything from smart stuff to silly stuff. They're not mutually exclusive. I'm just going to check, is this still working? Can someone answer? I've still got things coming in, hearts coming in, but I'm very nervous. After that time, I sat here for half an hour. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good. From Sydney, Australia. Hello. Um, well, my first sort of love, old stuff, is Laurel and Hardy. That taught me everything: the empathy, the relationships, the the two idiots. I've used that a lot. I've used that an awful lot. I've stolen from Laurel and Hardy more than anything else. I like the wisecrackers. Those guys like Groucho Marx and Bob Hope, and I like a little bit of that. I like the really sort of existential stuff like Reginald Perrin and melancholy stuff. Uh, I like normality. I really like normality. Um, sitcoms like workplace sitcoms like Cheers, and I like that stuff where that people are trapped and getting on with it, like Porridge, and what else? Galton and Simpson, Steptoe and Son. Um, and I like crazy, outrageous stuff like you know uh, Team America, and then silly stuff like Airplane. So the answer is anything that's good. Everything's got its good and bad stuff. You just can't say that all surreal stuff is good or shit and all. Do you know what I mean? Every single thing, it's mostly crap, and there's a few little bits of excellent stuff within every genre. But without doubt, humanity, I think makes me laugh more than jokes. Do you know what I mean? That someone reacting to something. That is the empathy. It's if I see someone confused, I laugh. I don't care what they're confused about. I just laugh. So anger's funny. People being fed up is funny. It's like because I know because it's empathy. I think I told you this before that anthropologists think that the first sort of bit of humour, joke, or whatever was one caveman watching another caveman bump his head. Empathy, because the caveman laughed because he knows he didn't mean to do that. He knows how he feels, and it wasn't him. So I think empathy in comedy is probably my favourite. What makes me cry? Sort of same, really. Um, Small victories and honour. Someone doing the right thing. Someone putting someone else first makes me cry, and it doesn't matter what it is. I can cry at a terrible Hallmark fucking film. The Waltons, doesn't matter. And real things like the soldiers coming home from a war and a dog wagging itself to death. That kills me. But yeah, I think people being good, or animals, people or animals. I prefer animals, but I like good people as well. Emmy films. Which of your stand-up shows are you most proud of? Animals, Politics, Fame, Science, Out of England 1, Out of England 2, Humanity or Supernature? Well, Out of England 1 and 2 were sort of the greatest hits of the first four. So let's say I've done 6 exclusive tours: Animals, Politics, Fame, Science, Humanity or Supernature. My first thought is Humanity because I loved all the others. I think I got everything had something. Animals was the first one. It was sort of sweet and new and naive and silly, and it was about a passion. Politics, I was getting a bit better and finding my voice. That's when I first started actively playing saying the wrong thing. I think those are two of my favourite out of the first four. But I think it's humanity, and I want it to be supernature, and it's getting there, and I'm excited about supernature. I want to improve, but I think humanity, because the world changed more in that 7 years between science and humanity, and it was scarier. It was harder to. It was harder to be brave, because people had started doing the cancel culture thing, and criticism was much worse. The first four shows, you might get a bad review, but no one cared. Whereas when I did Humanity, it was like the world was a critic, and that can phase you. You've got to ignore that, because it's like, particularly with social media. In the early days, I read 2 reviews. They might have been both great, or both all right, or both, but it didn't matter. But by the time Humanity came out, there were reviews everywhere. Do you know what I mean? It was just reviews. And at first you go, oh, I better be careful. And then you go, no, what? Fuck it. I'm not going to be careful. Fuck them. I'm going to do what I've always done. And I did. And I think it was my best. It was my best one. Because of that, all those restrictions made it better. So yeah, Humanity. Supernature is nearly as good, I think, at the moment. Does that make any sense? If you don't do stand-up, did that make any sense to you at all? Just me spouting what's been in my head? I don't know. Are you, like, I presume most of you aren't stand-ups, right? Is it interesting talking about something that you don't particularly do or care about? I don't know. I guess that's my job, isn't it? To make you as interested in this as I am. Ollie Comic, you come across as a decent bloke, thank you, with a strong moral compass. Yeah. Has being famous made you a more conscientious person, and would you be less concerned with morality in reference to your own actions if you weren't famous? No, I was always fascinated with the right thing. I was always fascinated with living a good life and being honourable and being able to sleep at night. Always. Like from the first time when I was like a kid and I felt guilty about something, or I lied and I didn't want that feeling. So I've always been quite obsessed with that sort of thing. But being famous does keep you in check. You do. I used to, muck around with mates in public, and now you don't do that in case someone's fucking filming it. But nothing to do with morality. No, I was never. I'd never broke the law or did anything bad anyway. And I suppose I don't know. Do I have to watch what I say? Well, I suppose so. But then I've made a thing of that. I've made a thing of me exploring what you can and can't say, which I suppose helps. But no, I don't think being famous has made me a more moral person. I suppose it's just stopped me annoying my friends so loudly in public, because they can just turn around and go, "Look, everyone, it's the bloke off the office," and I go shy. So I think it's made me less sort of, I don't know. I used to, torture people when I wasn't famous and, scream at Robin Ince or something. But now he can just go, look who's being a twat, and Good question, that. I like that. Because yeah, couldn't it? You could. I was already 40 when I was famous. I think if I'd have been, a teenager, an idiot, then being famous might have changed me. But you know who you are at 40. I think that's, yeah. Kermit, you awaken tomorrow, Kermit the cat, being all posh. You awaken tomorrow with the ability to make one of your body parts. Stop Starting off, you awaken tomorrow to find, and then it goes downhill. One of your body parts detachable without any negative repercussions. What part do you choose? Well, my first thought, you can guess, can't you? It was like when I used to do karate or judo, I would like to have left my testicles in the locker, keep them safe, pop those off straight away. Any sport where you can get a whack in the pop your testicles in the locker. Again, if you haven't got testicles, this probably doesn't mean a lot to you, but it's a constant worry. Even like cricket, like wearing a box with cricket, you're so conscious of it all the time, and it does, it stops them getting mashed. But if you've got a box on, whether it's playing cricket or what, and someone whacks you in the balls, it still fucking hurts. I remember the first time I got kicked in the bollocks when I was a kid. I thought I was going to be sick. I thought, what is that? I was going, So yeah, that is what else would I want to detach? Nothing. It feels weird talking to a cat, like detachable testicles. I mean, some cats have had them taken off permanently, haven't they? So, oh, talking of which, talking of no testicles, it's Rupert. It's Rupert the Fat Jack Russell. He is no testicles at all. Just a winkle that's, I don't know where his testicles were, because the gap now, because where his testicles should be, and the winkle is so much, he must have had the biggest testicles. They must have dragged across the floor. Like a giant hamster. Rupert, uncle, two things. Do you cut your own toenails? Of course I. Or does Auntie do it? Of course I fucking cut my toenails. Imagine. Imagine. That's unthinkable. Do you cut your own toenails or does Auntie do it? Also, have you ever tried to sneak a pump out in public, thinking it would be quiet, but it turned out to be very loud? Like Mum, who shockingly, when she worked in a children's nursery in the office, she left the door open and thought no one was around and farted, but it was so loud it actually sounded like a bomb. And all the kids in the classroom heard it and jumped. Fucking hell. No, that's never happened to me. I've never shat myself either, and I know a few people that have. And every time, whenever someone tells me that, oh yeah, I've shat myself, they always go, yeah, only once or twice, like it's really normal. Do you know what I mean? David Baddiel shat himself twice. My mate told me that once he was in a pub and he'd had a dodgy curry the night before, and he was bringing back like 3 pints to the table. He shat himself on the way. He didn't say anything. He just put the pints down, went to the toilet, took his trousers out, flushed his pants while he walked up, and came back like nothing had happened. And I was thinking, my first thought was, well done, but why are you telling me? Why are you telling me that? Yeah, no, I've never sounded like a bomb. That's funny. Oh, Rupert, you stitched your mum up. This is from Bella. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow. Bella the Whippet. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow. Could you wish her happy birthday? Happy birthday, Bella's mum. It was saving the job of trying to write a card with my hairy paws. My question. This time last year, I ate some birthday cards and half a doormat. What's the most ridiculous thing you've done to entertain yourself when you've been bored? Oh, that's a good question. Uh, I cut my hair once by myself when I was bored. I think it was like, before. Oh, I've done it twice actually. I've done that twice. Once when I was, I'd left school when I was at home, and then once when I was on the dole. Around the same time, tried to make my suit out curtains, trying to make myself a suit out of curtains. That still feels like my lowest ebb of trying something because I have no money at all, but trying something that there's no reason I'd be any good at. Like it would be magical. Like I made a suit, and like, what was I thinking? People go, "That's the finest suit in the land. Where did you purchase such a garment?" Why I fashioned it myself out of the curtains. I go, "Well, Would you like your own fashion label? Would you like to come and work with us, Yves Saint Gervais?" I go, I will indeed. I don't know why I thought about it. So I think cutting my hair. Yeah, cutting my own hair twice into like a skinhead. And I think that wins, doesn't it? Spending a morning on the dole trying to make a suit out of some fucking curtains. It's that one. Good question, then. Rosie says, "What is the biggest obstacle you've overcome in your life? What did it? Why did it have the largest impact?" God, that's a good question. I might use that as one of the generic questions when I do this live. That's really good because I can't think. I can't think outside the nebulous. Because it's not like I haven't got one of those stories like, you know, breaking my back in a skiing accident and then becoming an Olympian. I haven't got one of those. I mean, being poor is the only thing I've got really. Which I'm proud of starting with nothing and having nothing for years and years and years, and then deciding to work hard. I would have thought without doubt. I'd have thought that. I'd have thought, being the fourth child of an immigrant labourer in a working class estate in Reading, and just having no money, I suppose. But it didn't seem too bad at the time because everyone was in the same boat. If you know what I mean. It just seemed fun, and it always seemed like I couldn't have any money. I could never have things, but I didn't care about things really. I walked to school. I didn't need a bike or a school uniform. I didn't care about what I looked like really. Never did. Um, all the best things were free. All the best things were free, and with a good, welfare state, school was free. Medicine was free, libraries were free, learning was free, all the best things were free, friends were free, nature was free, scrubbing around in the garden, going to the fucking woods, everything, all the best things in life were free. Friends, fun, joke, fucking about, nature. Yeah. And so all those things, they outweighed money by. It wasn't even a question. It wasn't even a. And then even as an adult, when I had no money, I knew it was my sort of. By then it was my choice because I was trying to do something that I failed at miserably. Music. But yeah, I just took the shortcut really. I never thought, what can I do to be happy? You know, I just thought, I'll just be happy. I'll just cut out the middleman. Just be happy. Which is, again, that's hard for some people, I guess, you know. Lucky again that I didn't suffer from any, thing like that. But I'd say, yeah, just overcoming your start in life. As I say, it wasn't. I never thought it was bad. I had everything I needed. Uh, yeah. Right. One more question. Joey, of course. Joey, the lovely cat. Now, I do like your pictures, Joey. You've got a funny face, and you've got a little fang that Ollie used to have. A little fang comes out. Um, Glad to hear your warm-up gig went well last night. Hopefully my humans will see you in September next year. P.S. Why aren't cats allowed? Here's my question. If I was trick-or-treating and turned up at your house, would you A, give me lots of treats? I love Dreamies. That's a free advert there. So if Dreamers are listening, donate. Dreamies, send a lot of free stuff to the Mayhew. Because Ricky said so. They're like, fuck you. I love Dreamies. B, deprive me of treats, I will bite. That's a threat. That's like trick or treat, isn't it? D, well, where's C? There's no C. You're an idiot, Joey. A, give me lots of treats, I love Dreamies. B, deprive me of treats, I will bite. Or D, just tell me I'm an idiot and shut the door. Also, D's the same as B. There's no C, and D's the same as B. Joey, you're a lovely looking cat, but you're an idiot. Well, the answer is I'd give you loads of treats. I'd get any cat, any dog, any cat that turns up anywhere I see anywhere. I'll give it loads of treats. But you are an idiot. A, B, or D. Where's C? What a load of bollocks that was. I enjoyed that. I'll say loads of people. Poor Joey, someone's saying. Ricky is so good at answering cats' questions. Sorry, but I'm sure there's lots of questions I didn't see or didn't get to or didn't have time for. But it's a bit of fun, isn't it? And cats and dogs come first, don't they? So, if you're in the London area and you want a little treat, tickets to 2 more warm-ups go on sale Friday, next week and the week after. And then the following week, I'll put on sale a couple of these things live on a Sunday in November. And I won't say who's appearing. You just turn up and find out, because otherwise, I don't want people to go, oh, I'd rather go and see which one is those two than that two. They're all great. It's a format, so it doesn't matter who it is. It'd be bollocks. Be talking bollocks. What was that good question? What was that good generic question? Oh, what's the best obstacle you overcome? I can ask them that, can't I? That's good to discuss that. I'm worried that someone will go, well, when my family were wiped out, and I'll go, oh, I didn't know about that. And that'd be thanks very much for tuning in. Thank you for letting me know it was working. Dream is, send some free, tweet me, telling me where you're going to send just lots of free tweets to a cat centre. A Dream is English. They're UK based. See, look, how many times have I said Dream is? I mean, this is like getting a big advert in between Coronation Street or something, isn't it? See you, what day is it? Wednesday. I've had bubble bath again, as you can tell. See you Sunday. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.